Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, bro. Once again, bro, it's 2 a.m. I'm recording. Went to sleep like 4 hours ago. Stayed up to watch us lose again. But before I touch on the Suns, bro, I want to say two things I want to talk about first. Two teams: Houston Rockets, bro. My boy KD and them over there getting it together. Good dub. Went to Toronto, got him a dub. My boy KD had about 12 in the fourth. I was watching that game. Um, they look good, bro. Obviously they lost their first two games. I believe they're 2-2 now. Um, bro, they got like a. Before I say anything, bro, Toronto started CMB, which I'm gonna get back into that because all these other teams are playing their rookies and my Suns are not. So I'm gonna get on the Suns about that, but um, so they kind of got the Raptors kind of got smoked on the glass, which I think the Rockets are gonna. I mean, the Raptors did. Raptors got smoked on the glass, which I feel like the Rockets are gonna do that to a lot of people because obviously they're a big ass team. They're gonna be bigger than most teams most nights, so they're gonna out rebound most teams most nights. They're athletic. Jabari Smith looks good, bro. Like we got said, on the pod when I had Brian and Will on here, like the perfect person for that, Jabari would want to learn from is literally KD, bro. Literally KD, bro. He just plays similar, he's taller, wings, slash four, forward. It's like the perfect person for him to learn from. So, and he could shoot that thing, bro. A lot of people was talking about Houston spacing and all that stuff like that, but he's doing a good job because him and KD can shoot. And then now it's looking like that Sengun three ball is real, bro. That Sengun three ball is looking real, gang. If that Sengun three ball keeps up like that, all season, man. I don't know. So, um, obviously, like I said, they look good, but we all kind of predicted that. Obviously, they're gonna have their issues at times, with the ball handling. Obviously, um, teams gonna try to pressure them, but a lot of these guys is still learning too. That's why to me, I seen that thing of Draymond saying, which teams were the contenders, and he didn't say Houston to me, and I thought it was crazy because he said both of the LA teams, which I get the LA, like that's this other team I was gonna talk about because Austin Reaves is over there going nuts without Braun and Luca. Um, I feel like it's crazy for Houston not to be in there because I already have felt like you know it's hard these days for them older teams to be contenders and stuff like that. But Houston has older guys, but they also have like all these young dudes too. Like they got like the older guys they have is really like guys that still could contribute, and then they still got these young guys around them. So like I said, KD ain't got a KD or the older guys like Fred's not out there. If he was out there, they don't gotta try to guard like the best players because they got guys like Amen, Tari, and stuff like that. So it's just it's a good mixture of like the youth and having the vets over there. So I don't know. It's crazy to me that he ain't put the Rockets on there, but you had to put the two LA teams because I feel like the two LA teams maybe got a little more questions in Houston. The Clippers for me just like they're just old, bro. That's all that is. Obviously they're good. That's a good roster. You look at their roster, obviously, and they got some younger guys too on that bench. But like their main guys in rotation for like older guys that we know have injury histories and like that. So they have issues staying on the court. So that's my thing with them. And then the Lakers I kind of get. Obviously they have Luca and then Reaves and DA's actually playing well over there. Like I predict. I know a lot of y'all don't like him on this channel, but he's helping a lot over there. I think his vertical spacing is one of the reasons. Like Austin Reaves is able to get off the way he getting off. Obviously Austin Reaves, he got wiggle and stuff on his own, but having a pick and roll partner like DA, we've seen him before. So y'all Suns fans, y'all know The ones that y'all ones that want to tell the truth, y'all know what it is with Da, bro. When he's actually playing, and playing well and stuff like that. He's actually doing good on the defensive end for them too. So, um, yeah, I really want to touch on those two teams because, bro, it's just annoying, man. Because man, you seen the Lakers get wins without their two best players, bro. And we can't get a damn win, but we keep. Now it's not well, two of the games we did, it was pretty much not close. But the last two games, man, two heartbreakers, bro. We go to OT. Obviously, we should have won that Jazz game, and then yesterday we should have won that Memphis game. Um, we have to again. We have to stop with the also at the 5 minutes. He's killing the team, and then you made it worse on him because then you throw him out there with Livers and Nigel. Like I said, no disrespect to these guys, but that's just a terrible lineup. And every time we went out there, you could just see the Memphis's confidence and rhythm just go up, bro. I thought that changed the game. What was that about in that third quarter or fourth quarter like that? Then Grayson just had a terrible fourth, just take care of the ball, making awful decisions, steady turning the ball over. And it wasn't just him. The Suns was just turning the ball over they had about 20 plus turnovers, 21, 22 turnovers. So it wasn't just Grayson, but man, he was hurting too. And it sucked because we was all a little excited. We was thinking we was gonna get Jalen today. Hopefully we get him back Friday. But man, we need to we need him and Dylan back bad, bro, because it forces where it's guys that we don't really need to be out there playing all them minutes. Guys like Grayson, like Royce, obviously Jalen and Dylan, and we getting more of those minutes. I think Suns, like I said, just need to cut the foolery. Everybody else is playing their rookies. Contending teams and non-contending teams, everybody else is playing their rookies, and ours is just glued to the bench. For guys, like I said, no disrespect. For guys like Nigel, Livers, Oso, no disrespect. But Rasheer and Kaman, for sure, at the least. Kaman needs to be playing, brother. Mark Williams has been everything as advertised, but even better, bro. Because I was telling people, there was a lot of people saying his defense, was questionable, but I was always like, bro, do you see, I've seen, flashes of him defending. I was like, no disrespect to Charlotte, but you out there, Charlotte, how many of them was actually trying to defend in that environment and stuff like that? Bro, every time I've seen Mark Williams out here, for the most part, dude, he's making it tough. That's either on switches or people driving to the rim. He's altering shots. He's blocking shots, cleaning up the glass. He's a beast, bro. We ain't had somebody either like him that's that efficient scoring at the rim since DA. We really haven't, bro. We really haven't. So it's refreshing watching him. And then I think, like I said, bro, just like I said, Oso's just too small to play the 5. And then Nick Richards is obviously good at certain times. Sometimes he'll make mistakes too. He had some some head scratching plays yesterday too. But I already had said that Kaman was the second best big on the team. I've been said it was kind of clear to me when I seen when we had him play that that game versus the Lakers against guys like Austin Reaves and Luke and stuff like that. Kaman stood out in a game like that. And people could try to say, still try to say that was preseason, but bro, he could contribute right now, bro. I'm seeing all these other rookies playing and contributing and stuff. Kaman could contribute, bro. He could do a lot of this, same things that Mark is out there doing. He can finish. He can catch lobs, bro. He's going to wreak havoc on defense, man. We gotta play him, bro. Because like I said, it's just frustrating when we are already losing some of these games, which I feel like about 3 of these games possibly we could have won if we had a regular lineup and we had Jalen, Dylan, and Mark, on the starting line. We still haven't seen that. Mark done missed a game. Obviously, Jalen ain't played yet. Dylan done missed 2 games already. guys that are our second, third, fourth best players. And they're missing it. So that's obviously hurting. So we got to take that into account. But at the same time, it's still kind of no excuse for us to lose certain games because of, to me, a lot of it's been some miscommunication on defense, which I thought yesterday we did really good for the most part on defense. I thought we did really well. I think the main thing still to me has been rotation things because of the OSO minutes are just bad because, like I said, I don't even make it like I'm piling on him, but it's hard for us to rebound. It's hard for us to protect the rim. He doesn't finish that well yet in the paint like that, and he's already small. It just makes it really tough on the team. And like I said, I think it's sabotaging him, to be honest, and the team. But that's hurting. Like these minutes, like I said, like we we have dudes, like I said, these rookies on there, and we can't. They're not playing because of, like you said, the names that I mentioned before. That's crazy to me, and it's frustrating. Like if we're already gonna be having tough L's and stuff like that, and taking the lumps and trying to enjoy the process, you can sell that, like I said, to the fan base if you're playing your young guys. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying the main reason I was saying what I said about this team, which we haven't seen it yet, and about the defense, all of that. Like again, too, Ryan Dunn's playing really well to start this season, bro. He's putting pressure on the rim. He's rebounding. He's wreaking havoc on defense. One of the main reasons I was talking about this team being better than what people think is because the athleticism that I'm thinking. Because like I said, Ryan, we ain't seen Jalen yet. Mark, those three already in the starting lineup. Like that's crazy. All three of them could put pressure on the rim and overwhelm teams with their athleticism. And then I'm thinking you got Rashawn Kaman too, athleticism coming off the bench with it. And then I'm thinking also too, like also at the four is cool. We just ain't doing that enough. So I just can't wait to see it, bro. I'm praying we get them back Friday because our schedule to start two is tough, bro. We already 1-4. And like I said, I'm not getting too much into because like I said, it's super early, and I'm not getting into the the record. Obviously, I said we're gonna be better than what people think, and I still think we are going to be. We're obviously a better team than what we've seen because we ain't seen our guys yet. You can see, like I said, you keep seeing the glimpses, and I think every game we are getting better. I can see it. Yes, they fight and stuff like that, but at some point they gotta execute, communicate. Book, to me, that's my dog. I know it's my freaking, my brother in my eyes, bro. That's a dog. Things he's done for me. I think he needs to get a little more aggressive before it feels like the Suns are in trouble in games. Because I felt like he was chilling a little bit yesterday, and then when it was, the Grizzlies started trying to pull away, he got mad aggressive, and he looked like Book, bro. He cooking. I thought he took 2 tough shots yesterday at the end. The last one I kind of get, like, it was like 7 seconds left. He had Jaren on him. He probably could have still attacked, but regardless, he probably would have had to get a tough shot. I know Jaren Jackson's a great defender, bro. He got linked. But the play before that, before Ja hit his floater, the game was pretty much. I thought he could have attacked and got a better shot because pretty much he took 2 tough fading threes at the end of that game. And like I said, he was hot though, so both of them almost went in, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but I think he got a certain dominance a little earlier in the game, bro, because he's that special as a scorer. And I know he'll be out there trying to facilitate and stuff like that, but we see, like, for you fans that's scared about, like, oh, Book, like, I don't think he's lost anything skill-wise and stuff like that. Like, bro, when Book want to get going and get hot like that, he can, bro. He can. I think, like I said, it's more so him looking at it like, I gotta get these other guys going, get these other guys, in rhythm because I know what I can do. I know I can go out here and get hot when it's time. I think he's looking at it like that. So, kind of like how some people like try to get mad at KD for not shooting and all that stuff like that. But I think it's him. He's looking at it where he's trying to get these guys what's it called. But I think a thing that KD does well is most of the time, because sometimes too I'm like, hey KD, man, go go score. I was watching him on the pivot though. KD, explaining why he, sometimes I don't say like take that back seat, but he's letting these guys do their thing because he knows he's gonna need these guys to develop, and this is probably the same for us. But these guys like Ryan, Mark, to continue to develop. Obviously, these guys are not as well. They are. Shoot, we are. Shoot, a lot of our roster is about as around the same age as the Rockets guys. I want to say Sengun like 22, 23. So you can say he's still developing. Mark Williams still developing around that age. Ryan obviously in the year or two. Guys like Oso, Grayson and Royce, guys like that, they're vets and stuff like that. But I can kind of see where Book's coming from. But I just feel like a little earlier in the games, I think he should get a little more aggressive because I think he takes himself out of rhythm because he don't really be looking to shoot out there, so he don't really be in rhythm. So that's that's all it is, bro. It's but like I said, I ain't gonna sit here and act like it's not frustrating that we selling some of these games. Like these last 2 games been, especially for me. Like I said, y'all know I'm staying up to watch these games, getting 3 hours of sleep, 3-4 hours of sleep. To watch us lose like that is frustrating, bro, for sure. But hey, man, it is what it is. We'll be cool. Prayer circle that we get both our guys back. I may like they both day to day, so prayer circle we get them back Friday, man. We got even some more tougher games coming up, and I would like to be whole, bro, and have our guys. So I'm gonna leave it there. Make sure y'all like the video, bro. Subscribe. Let me know in the comment sections how y'all feel. Rockets fans, Lakers fans, my Suns fans, y'all let me know. Let me know, my dogs. I'm out. Time for me to get ready for work, bro. It's literally 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. I'm out here working. It is what it is. All right, I'm out.